Hello and welcome to Allah's Journey, a novel game. The theme and perspective. So the theme is you're playing as a young woman who just lost her parents in a battle, and you have to take over the kingdom and have to deal with choices and decisions based on within the game. So your perspective you're going to have is a 2D with pictures, and you are going to be playing that as the character is shown who you're speaking to. So it'll show the character who's speaking and what dialogue they're saying, and then it'll show maybe a reaction or maybe like a certain color will show around the character, showing their emotion and showing what they're feeling at that moment. So we have this is going to be a key point is relationships. There's going to be different windows you can have with different characters. You can have good decisions. You can have good relationships, bad, neutral. So there'll be neutral factions. There'll be evil factions. There will be good factions. So the good factions will be humans and high elves and guardians. They will be the allies to you at the start of the game. The neutral factions will be fairies, any merchants, any traders, maybe market dealers, black market people, uh, magical creatures, spirits, guides, anyone that's non-threatening, basically. And then we have the evil, dark sorcerers, dark elves, dark witches, and then we have like dark spirits. Maybe like in certain areas you go in, there could be like a dark spirit that you could be persuaded by. And then there'll be black market dealers can be neutral and evil depending on what you do with those factions, depending on what you trade or what you want to do with them. So there'll be stuff like that, and then the effects will change based on what is being presented based on in the game or within your choices you say to them, or they'll remember certain choices you make, and certain factions may change their view towards you. Maybe it could be an evil faction, maybe they do a trade with you and then you turn them neutral and then slowly progress them to good, and then they become your ally and later at the end of the game. So there's choices like that. The player is making choices based on what is presented. Like I said earlier, different choices can change the game as a whole or just in a small portion. There's stuff like that. And then different factions, if, like, let's say an evil faction is trying to persuade you to go on their side. If you turn evil, then the dark forces will become your allies, and the allies you had at the beginning of the game will now be your enemy. So it could change the whole game as a whole if you the certain choices you make. These are some of the many decisions, like trade negotiations and relationships are going to be the big point in this. It's really going to make the whole game change, and then different perspectives, different characters. And then the risks that may be involved, maybe we have to, for the art that we have to use for the backgrounds, maybe there could be, we have to get a team or maybe a certain artist we have to get that can do the animations, or maybe the engine we have maybe can't structurally handle the animations that we're trying to do, and it maybe affect the game. Maybe it's buggy or glitchy. Facial features that the characters have based on the color that it's presenting maybe not matching, or it's not running correctly. Maybe there's different stuff going on. Maybe we need more writers to finish the story faster and stuff like that. And then maybe the release date needs to go back more, stuff like that. Similar games are The Letter. It's a really good novel. It's a horror based novel. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. It really ties into the kind of the aspect of doing the perspective, and it really kind of makes you feel like each character is unique and special. Metroid is a good example. It makes you feel like the character is actually you, and the choices you make really affect the game. And I hope you enjoyed, and here's all the credit and the inspiration that I had for this game. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed.